In today's video, getting rid of cravings. Oh boy, cravings can be so hard to get rid of sometimes, and they can be really frustrating, especially when you're trying to make great progress, then all of a sudden these cravings kick in and then it causes you to cheat in your diet and potentially binge. So I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to actually get rid of those cravings. Number one, consuming enough protein. Guys, protein's got so many different benefits to it. From a training perspective to a nutritional standpoint, there's so many benefits to it. So that's why you want to ensure you're consuming enough protein regularly inside your diet. So typically you want to be trying to get at least 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of body weight. If you can do that, that's going to be really great for reducing those cravings, because protein is really great for reducing your appetite and in turn reducing your hunger, especially because protein is slower digesting. It's going to help you feel fuller for longer because it's very satiating. So try and ensure you're consuming enough protein regularly inside your diet. Next up, we got nutrient dense foods. So nutrient dense foods tend to be foods that are low in calories and are full of good nutrients. So they're very good to have inside your diet, especially from a volume eating standpoint. You can have a lot of it and it's going to be very low in calories, and that's what you want to be doing when you're dieting. You want to have foods that are very nutrient dense, so you can have plenty of it and it's going to make you feel full for longer. Next up, we got staying hydrated, because I know I'm very guilty of this one of not consuming enough water at times, because hunger and thirst are fairly easy to confuse between each other. That's why it's important to make sure you're drinking enough water. Typically when we're trying to get at least 2 to 3 liters in, that'll make a significant difference to reducing those cravings, especially if you don't really pay attention to your water and are you drinking much water. It will make a massive difference. So what I typically like to do is, when I feel as if, oh, I'm really hungry, I will go and get a nice cold glass of water, and then I'll wait for about 10 to 15 minutes, maybe even 20 minutes, see how I feel. And if I notice the hunger's gone away, I won't have anything to eat. But if I notice, oh, I'm still kind of peckish or hungry, I'll opt to go for food instead, because I know at least I've hydrated myself to see if it was hunger or thirst. That's something you can kind of try and see will make a difference for you. Next up, we got not eating enough calories. I know a lot of people are very guilty of this. A lot of people want to lose body fat very quickly, so what they tend to do is put themselves in a very aggressive calorie deficit. And the problem with putting yourself in such an aggressive calorie deficit or large calorie deficit is going to mean you're going to feel way more hungry. The fact that you reduce your calories by such a large amount, remember, the less calories you consume, and it is going to mean that the hunger is going to be even more. In turn, that's going to mean more cravings, and it's going to be so hard to resist those cravings. So try avoid putting yourself in such a dramatic large calorie deficit, especially if there's no rush in you trying to get to your goal. Try aiming for around 10 to 20% of your maintenance calories. An example of this is, say I was eating 2,500 calories daily. I reduced my calories by 250 to 500 calories. That's around 10 to 20%. Next up, we got nutrition flexibility. I cannot express how strongly I feel about nutrition flexibility, because there is no point just completely restricting yourself of foods you enjoy having on a regular basis, because for one, it's going to make it hard to stick to the diet, because temptation is going to be way harder because you're just completely restricting yourself what food do you like to have. So instead, try and be flexible with your diet and try and incorporate those foods somehow, whether it be trying to find an alternative of that food which has a better nutritional value, or just reducing the portion size of that potential meal they used to having, and try and incorporate moderation to your diet. If you can do that, it'll make it so much easier to stick to your diet, and sustainability is key. I really hope these tips have been useful and you guys can apply these tips to yourself and really reduce those cravings. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button, like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys soon.